Hello and welcome to the Petticoated Swashbuckler. My name is Maren and today I'm going to talk a little bit about what I did in 2023 and what my plans are for 2024. So if you are new to this channel, this is not the normal sort of video I make. I usually show how I make historical costumes. I hope you like to tag along. Last year I made a sort of recap video and I found it really helpful and I got some good feedback, so I thought I'd make one this year as well. I'm a little later than I was last year. We're already almost halfway through January, but I'm looking at my window now and it's minus 20 centigrade and very wintry still, and I haven't taken down my Christmas tree yet, so I think I feel like the new year is still very, very young. So I thought I'd start by talking a little bit about what I did in 2023. I started the year off by making some early Victorian clothing, an early Victorian corset for a ball in Bath that I ended up not going to. So not that much kind of use for it yet, but I'll come back to that later, so don't worry. I made an 18th century nightgown embroidered beautifully by my friend Torun, who made a matching court suit and he wore it to the Oslo Opera Ball. That was great fun. And I made a coat, a 1930s coat. That was a lot of work, but it was really fun and I enjoyed getting to kind of learn these vintage tailoring techniques that I had never worked with before, so that was nice. I made a smocked gown that I didn't film the making of. I don't know why. I think I was in a hurry and I just wanted to see if I could do it, but I made a smocked Edwardian tea gown sort of thing that I've worn so much. That's one of the things I've worn the most this year. I did not think that would happen, but I'm very happy that it did. I also made a petticoat, a white petticoat to go with that smocked gown, and I did make a tutorial for that because I did construct the petticoat pattern from the Keystone manual, the Keystone book for pattern construction. Then I made a ton of 1920s stuff, from underwear through to hats and outerwear, and I had so much fun doing that, creating a domestic servant's kind of capsule wardrobe from scratch. I learned so much about the 20s and 20s fashion, and I'm really grateful for that chance. I'm also really grateful that I'm kind of done with it, because making stuff from one period over that long a time, that period kind of starts getting on your nerves after a little while, but it was great fun. I enjoyed it. I made, in the sort of late summer, early autumn, I made an Edwardian princess petticoat and ball gown, which I wore to a ball in Sweden in early November. I also made a day blouse to go with the petticoat, the princess petticoat, and I made in no time, with no pattern and no knowledge, I made an Edwardian tea gown. I'm so happy with how my entire kind of Edwardian ball weekend wardrobe turned out. Super, super happy with it. I hope I'll have the chance to wear it a lot. And then finally, of course, I made the Hysa. That was my last kind of silly little Christmas video where I knitted the little pouch for, keeping penises in. If you're curious, it sounds weird. If you're curious, check out the video. I had a lot of fun making it. I gave it to my boyfriend. I don't think he's worn it yet. Maybe he's a bit embarrassed, or maybe it hasn't been cold enough. Maybe we got minus 25 centigrade. Maybe we need minus 35 before he will kind of concede to wear it. I don't know. But he's hung it on his wardrobe door as a sort of Christmas decoration, and I'm silly proud of it. And then, of course, I made a couple of things that I didn't film and that weren't part of a big project, just kind of small things along the way. I've done a bit of embroidery. I did some medieval Opus Anglicanum embroidery. mostly on pillows for friends, and mostly very silly motifs from a shop that sells these kits that you can make Opus Anglicanum with. I'll link her, she's magnificent. I embroidered a kind of headband for my sister's national costume. I made some shoes, some medieval shoes for a friend. And then, of course, I made a lot of things that aren't clothing. I've made a lot of historical food this year. I feel like I really experimented and challenged myself and learned a lot about historical food, especially medieval food, but also foods from the 1920s, sort of traditional Norwegian Christmas food. I've had so much fun with it, and the most proud I probably am of the cheese that I managed to make this spring. Like it was not the best cheese I've had, but for a first attempt, it was pretty darn nice. So I'm really happy with that. And then the kind of last thing I did this year was I made some historical Christmas decorations. And they're also super cute. And I've made some that I've kind of decorated my little... we have a big Christmas tree, but this is my little historical one with like Victorian Christmas decorations. So happy with it. For 2024, I do have a couple of projects lined up. I do have one big project that is already kind of underway. It is a Tudor outfit fit for Anne Boleyn. I've been working on it now for weeks already. It's coming together and I can't wait to show you all. I'm so excited. I filmed an intro for it that I'll post in like a week or so, which was, I made that months ago. So it's really weird now to look back on it and be like, yeah, that was my plan. I'm very excited for you to kind of take part in that project because it's been a long time coming and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of fun. I also have another domestic servant wardrobe to make. This time we're not in the 1920s, we're in the 1830s. And I'm going to look at what an 1830s lady's maid in Norway would have worn. It's really just an excuse to watch loads and loads of Gentleman Jack. But I'm very excited to another period that I haven't really done. I've done the 1820s, I've done the 1860s, haven't really done the 1830s. That has to be done by sort of early summer. And when that is done, I don't have a big, massive project that I am planning for, which feels strange, but also freeing. So I'm not quite sure what I will do. I do have a couple of things that I would like to do. I do have a plan I've had for some years of creating more medieval clothes. I have done a lot of medieval reenactment and I have clothing from from about sort of 1060. I have from about 1260, 1360, and I would really like to have some from 1160 and 1460 and 1560 and to sort of do all the 60s up through the ages. So maybe I'll do that. I have also, after I made my 1930s coat last winter, I kind of fell down a 1930s rabbit hole, so I might do some more vintage clothing. I have actually a lot of the clothes that I made for my 1920s wardrobe have actually kind of entered into my daily circulation of clothing. I'm using, especially like the red dress with the black dots, I've used so much. It's my new favorite dress. It is super comfy and it's super cute. But I've also worn the skirt and both the blouses. I've worn the jacket on a couple of occasions. I even wore this kind of silly sequin dress to a Christmas party. So, I'm very happy about that. I might go back and do some more Anne Bamford. We're not done with Anne Bamford. She, if you're new here, that's kind of what started this channel. I found a list of clothing that was owned by a woman, an English woman who died around sort of 1780. And I kind of started recreating her garments. And there are still so many more garments to recreate. So maybe I'll do that. Or maybe I'll do some more Regency. I've never really felt like Regency was my kind of period, but last weekend I went to a Regency Christmas party. I made a little Regency outfit for it with a dress and a spencer and a hat and a muff and a bag, or like a little purse reticule kind of thing. And I just really feel like I cracked the Regency code. So maybe I'll make more Regency. We'll see. Yeah, but that's my plans for 2024 so far. Do you have any ideas as to what you want me to make? I mean, I'll listen to your ideas. I can't promise I'll make them because I'm doing this to kind of please myself. That came out wrong. I'm doing this to have fun. But I would love your input because it's usually very good. And like I said, in about a week's time, I will introduce you to my new big, exciting project. And until then, Happy New Year. I hope you're well. Stay warm if you're living somewhere as cold as I am. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.